From the Connections Studio Suites, it's Connections. Connections is relationship radio.
Welcome to the show. Lizzie said what?
That's me, boy.
I'm Melissa Foxx, and tonight it's all about getting over disappointment. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because so much lately has just kind of gone cuckoo and papa.
Really?
For a lot of people, yeah.
Well, why do you say this?
Well, look at your Alliance of American Alliance of Football.
I mean, I wasn't going to go to
Well, they
Vegas,
just declared
but
themselves winners is what happened.
like Steve Spurrier's like, we won.
That's it. We won the whole thing. Forget it. Anywho.
But that was disappointing because, like,
It was.
we took the time to purchase season tickets to try to make it to all of the games. Mm-hmm. And we actually, my husband and I turned it into a date night with some good friends of ours. And so it was just something fun. And yeah, and then there you go. And all of a sudden it goes poo-poo.
Disappointment. That is on the table tonight. And that is why I brought up the Apollos right away, because I knew it struck a nerve, especially with Lizzie. Mm-hmm. Not only is her friend Scott bonding finally with his son over a sporting event, mm-hmm. but it was like couples night out. It was it was pretty inexpensive.
I never get to see his wife, and so we were able to have girl time together.
Girl time.
And she hates sports, but she was willing to go just so she could hang out with me, and we had so much fun. And I'm just like,
oh man, yeah, it's frustrating.
So what do I do to get over this?
Okay.
I mean,
well, here's the thing: disappointment is a tricky emotion to deal with.
Okay,
because you don't. I guess, Lizzie, the deal is it comes sometimes at rapid speeds, all right?
Okay.
Like one thing will happen, and then next thing you know, boom, right behind it, something else. Small, maybe annoying things. Simple stuff that makes you cringe. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I mean, difficult stuff around the world's going on, and you're like, really? Is it that big of a deal? Is it?
Well, to others it's not, but to somebody who really liked it,
Yeah.
you know?
All right, so I consulted the experts, because that's what we do here. We don't claim to be experts on anything. Well, I claim to be experts on disappointing people. How about you? Embrace your failure.
Yes, the best.
Okay, so truly though, some disappointments are huge and life changing. All right, so we asked our experts and said, look, give me some keys to help us improve our ability to cope and to bounce back quickly from these disappointments or frustrations as they might be.
Okay.
So first of all, take a moment and wallow in it. Go ahead. No, it's okay. Wallow away. It's all right.
Okay.
It's okay. You'll find your sense of calm a lot more easily if you allow yourself to not be calm for a minute or two.
So you're almost just letting it out, like letting that grief or that disappointment out.
Yes.
Okay.
So, find a word for it. If disappointment or resentful or even afraid, whatever it is, just let it happen. Your initial shock of disappointment, just let the bad news sink in. Let the moment take over for a minute.
So labeling our feelings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Experience those feelings too. Don't just label them.
Okay.
Don't just identify them or give them a name, but experience it. Go ahead. And once you go through that, you'll be able to make more of a cool-headed decision about what's next.
Okay, do you know me?
Yeah, I know you. That's why I'm
really?
saying
I'm going to make it cool-headed?
You will be able to. I don't know that you'll actually be able to. So then the next step should come naturally, which would be do a reality check, which is, was it really that bad? Or, I mean, won't you find something else other than the Apollo football or whatever it is? You'll fill the void, right? Was it really that bad? People are starving in Africa.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Let's not go there because I might say something very bad and sound very insensitive. But dadgummit, yes, it was.
Okay. All right. Well, after the feelings, that first blow of disappointment, you step back, you assess. Because at the moment, it could probably seem like it's the most biggest, horriblest thing that could ever happen. And yes, we tend to dramatize as humans.
True.
It's true. Feelings are real, and they're important to recognize, Lizzie, but thoughts are not always the truth.
That's true, because sometimes we get stuck in our own brain, and I never understood that. I thought that was just this millennial verbiage until I looked it up the other day during procrastination.
While I was procrastinating.
While I was procrastinating, yes. But yes, I did find that. So getting stuck in your own head.
Yeah, and again, those thoughts not necessarily are the truth. So what you need to do once that initial upset is over with is try to look objectively at the problems and separate the fact from the fiction and kind of reduce the negative self-talk.
Okay, so what you're saying is, instead of me going, oh no, we don't have date night anymore, we don't have this, we don't have that, try to find a new version of date night.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's not, I get it. Okay, you heard Lizzie. She said, it's the only time I get to see my girl, and she don't even like sports, but she's dragged to this, and we had so much fun, and it was like, what? Sisterhood.
Yeah.
And
like the traveling
you'll find
plants.
Something else.
It was like Sisterhood of the Traveling
Right.
Plants. That's another show.
That's a horticulture show. We're not going there tonight. Thanks, Lizzie. But go high when you're hit with a low blow. I know, Melissa made a pot reference. No, I really didn't. Okay, I did. But we don't get to choose the situations in which we feel disappointed about.
Okay.
You realize that? Our mind just kind of does it. But we have a lot of choice regarding how we respond to that disappointment. You see what I'm saying? We can choose what we do, what we say, what we think at any given time or situation. But it's important to almost to head disappointment up at the pass. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like before things go all cuckoo and irrational, and that anger or resentment or jealousy or bitterness comes to pass, you can kind of thwart it. You're like, see, it's going to come, and oh man, I know this is going to go bad, but it's going to be okay. And you can calm yourself. You can. I know you did.
I had to woosah there for a few seconds.
You funny.
Woosah on some chocolate.
Right. Chocolate, hey, if you got it, Dr. Dave will tell you the endorphins and the serotonin level, go on, eat a chocolate bar, knock yourself out.
It's crazy how that works.
Knock one off, whatever. You know what I mean. Just don't stew in it, okay?
Don't stew in it.
It's the worst thing to do. Think about it. Like any emotion, disappointment is now being researched as an actual emotion. Okay.
Really?
They don't know a lot about disappointment. They're still learning.
Okay.
It's been very disappointing, this research.
It's very disappointing. They don't know why we're disappointed.
Right. Yes, yeah.
Nice.
Would you like to apply for a government grant to research disappointment? We could do really well with that. Anyway, the secret to dealing with disappointment is not letting it grow into stronger emotion. Okay. Which is basically what I've just said in the last few minutes here.
Okay.
Don't let it turn into discouragement or worse, depression.
Also, hatred.
Yeah, resentment, hatred. The longer you stew in disappointment, again, the more likely you're going to work your way into a negative emotion. And
yeah, because I'm trying to figure out who is actually ultimately responsible for this.
For the canceling of the American Alliance of Football?
Yes, and so I'm getting very angry because I'm like,
yeah, it's frustrating. Now, could it be the hockey owner who bailed them out initially and then dropped and said no way? Could be that there was a bill of goods that was sold to everybody who was involved in bringing the Apollo football, team and that league together.
Okay.
We were all told it's going to be one thing and it wasn't. Oh, and on that note, we're going to have to take a break and put it to bed.
I'm disappointed.
I'm sure we'll figure it out. Don't be disappointed, because if you think about it, we'll be right back. I know. See, there's something, look, it's right around the next corner. Knock it off at the pass. It's Connections. We're dealing with disappointments tonight on News Radio 93.1 WFLA.
This is Linda Nunez, and you're listening to Connections. This is Connections.
Connections is relationship radio.
Drop to your death without warning. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way.
Oh, yeah. All we do is win. Anyway, tonight we're learning about disappointment and how to handle it, as well as a bunch of things here. It's Melissa Fox. That's 2 X's. Disrespect the X, and I don't listen. And Lizzie said what? 2 Z's, right? All vowels.
An I and an E.
Wow, spell it right.
And it's so funny. My closest friends throw a Y in there all the time, and I'm like people like I've known for years throw a Y in, and I'm like, do you even know me?
Why? So tonight we are talking about how to deal with disappointment.
Okay.
And we've gone a little bit through. I mean, I gave you the basics. You can start out by taking a moment and wallowing in it. You do a reality check after that, though, and you think to yourself, is it that bad? But don't think too much, because remember, thoughts are not always the truth. Feelings are real. And that's important to recognize. But thoughts, when you're in that whole blah, 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 they're not always the truth. It just go high when you're hit with a low blow. Instead of, figure out what you can do next, what you can say, think about that. And also try to head it off at the pass. Because if you let it get too far, if you stew in your disappointment, your negativity, Lizzie, what happens?
Well...
Let's just say it'll get ugly up in here.
It does. It makes me want to fight people.
It's important, yes, because that disappointment, it balls up and it turns into irritation, and then it turns into anger, and then it turns into resentment or jealousy or bitterness or hate.
Well, I think you nailed it on the head during our break. Was the fact is that we're not really teaching or being taught anymore how to cope with our emotions.
Yes.
I mean, when we were growing up, it was just like, shut up, suck it up, and get over it, and you have no reason to feel like it. Yeah,
get over it.
But now we're being told that we should feel things.
Yeah, put it in perspective, snowflakes, okay? I'm sorry. The idea is that your interpretation of what happens is very important, sure, but it's also sometimes to you more important than what actually happened. Okay. Yes, Lizzie's upset because the Apollo Football League, she had it all planned out. They had season tickets and a couple more games and playoffs for sure to go to.
Yep.
And kaplu, this, one Tuesday afternoon. Sorry, boys. See ya.
Oh, I almost punched my coworker Scott in the mouth because
not
he
good.
came in to the office and he's like, "That's it." He's like, "They folded." I'm like, "I don't get what? Who?" Like, I already knew it was coming, but I didn't want to accept it because of all the rumors I had heard. And I'm just like, you are such a liar. And then I went on their webpage, and it still wasn't there. I said, see, look, they're still selling tickets.
Then it was on the television news.
Yeah, and then I saw Spurrier. Spurrier took his hat and just threw it in the air. I was like, whatever.
But you got to remember, too, I was feeding you the whole time.
You were.
I don't know. I hear they're paying some guy's got to pay I don't know,
well,
money.
So you were trying to counteract the disappointment.
Right. I was cutting it at the pass, but it didn't really work. Yeah, but put it in perspective, okay? The more that you can frame things in a constructive and positive way, but while still being honest, yes, it sucks, okay? It sucks because you're not going to be able to do these football events with your friend who you don't get to see very often because she don't like to go to sporting events. So we ain't going to see no monster trucks together. That's just crazy.
Right.
I understand. Okay, I get it. But process it, okay? Things are okay. It'll be all right. And did your friend call you up and go, this sucks too, or no?
Oh, about the game? No, no. I think she's kind of like, I don't have to go to any games. But, I mean, she would never say that to me because literally she said that she would, eat a poop sandwich sometime if I told her it was good because I would spend time with her, so.
Oh, she's so good.
I love her.
She is so good. So, Lizzie, tell me about something else that caused disappointment once or twice.
About what causes me?
Yeah, what big disappointment once and how you filtered your way through it, other than this football thing.
Finding out who my real dad was.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm sure Pops is going to love that one. Lizzie. All right, forget it. Okay.
I know, whatever.
Lizzie's so silly sometimes, but that's because she hides her real emotions. She doesn't want anybody to know.
Whatever.
But I'm in tune with my environment. Eyes on you.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. So we've got some people watching us on Facebook. Yeah.
I actually liked your facial expression because you were like, wait, I thought that was your dad that I met at Thanksgiving.
That's good, wasn't it?
That was
good. Yes, and your friend Melissa's calling you out. She says she has seen hashtag Lizzie Said What stew on stuff. It is scary. Mm-hmm. Paul, I don't know why you don't have video because I'm looking at it right here, and so is everybody else. You're not getting compensated, Lori? What am I hearing? It's so crazy. Such crazy.
Facebook Live Connection Show.
Yeah. Wait, you've disappointed people when you're dropped. Tommy, always about Tommy's shortcomings. Anyway, thank you guys for watching us on ConnectionShow.com. Wait, no, that's listening. That's Linda Ball. I hear digging in the studio.
Is there somebody digging or knocking on the window to come in?
See, I wanted to save this rant for a little bit. That's coming up. I got a rant coming up. I feel it. I feel a rant coming up.
Okay.
I do. And it's not going to be what you think.
Oh.
Okay. I know you guys are like, oh, Melissa, you've been so nice about telling us how to face our disappointments and change what you can. And, oh, we change what you can. You can fix the trigger, sure. You can accept and acknowledge and move on, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. You can also have selective vision and... yeah, choose to see the glass and your life is half full.
Okay.
Even if it's just for your kids, okay?
True story. What is knocking on the window?
Oh, it's somebody digging on the floor. We have a studio, we have a dog-friendly studio because we have rescue dogs. And I think one of them is digging into the rug trying to find something. Or it was little Mr. D down there. We adopted a 12-year-old Bichon Frise.
That's right.
And he's, his eyes are old. He's not blind. He's got 5 teeth in his mouth. But he's fun at parties. Wait, that's how I describe myself. The show is disappointing me.
Who said that on Facebook Live Connection Show? I am going to fist fight somebody.
No, I said that.
Oh.
That's Melissa Foxx. No, I know. People, you get disappointed, okay? But as I was talking about, we're going to go on a little rant in the next segment about disappointment and how to get over it, okay? Because what are you going to do when life disappoints me? What do you mean, you? What are you going to do?
Drink.
No, see, that's...
Is that bad?
Well, no, I mean, it's not good. It really isn't good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
so
not. It's not
what
good.
should we do?
Okay, well, what we should do is, what?
Put things in perspective.
Mm-hmm. See, I want to tell this story about what happened at Walmart. For those of you that didn't hear about the Walmart story.
Okay.
The old guy.
Oh.
Yeah. Mr. Sal.
Yes.
Sal. Old dude. I was talking with this older... You know how they have the greeters? The old guys. They're like... And ladies. They're retired. They're not allowed to lift more than 5 pounds. They shuffle. It's fun.
Okay.
They chase after you because it's their job to make sure you have a receipt even though they don't know how the hell to read it. I'm just going to lay it out there. I've actually had to go... No, here it is. It's right there. Yeah. But this guy, I was working for a sports marketing company, marketing the MLB Show 19, which I'll be at a Walmart maybe near you on and off for the next 3 weeks. Plug. Shameless, right? Anyway. Oh, look at that. I'll have to continue the Walmart dude story right after this hot break, okay? Stay right there. It is Connections on News Radio 93.1 WFLA.
We now join America's most popular show, already in progress.
We have been talking about how to handle when you're disappointed. Things in life disappoint you. Well, life does disappoint, okay? I did mention about framing yourself around the positive, okay?
Okay.
Not in the shutting out reality kind of way, Lizzie, because I know you're like, ooh, Is that permission to not see anything that really goes on and just ignore it all?
Oh,
No.
I do that all the time.
I know. Your friend Melissa's been ratting you out on Facebook all night.
I know. I love her.
Yeah. But if you keep moving forward, you're going to find, you'll find something to cling to positively. I know this. However, I've decided it's time to turn it a little bit because I've been reading real nice, Lizzie. I've sugar-coated it.
She has.
I have done, the medicine has gone down so sweetly.
All right,
And
Mary
now
Poppins.
it's time to let you know why you get disappointed. You're the reason that people will
Me?
always let you down. Not you, anyone. You, the ubiquitous
As in
you.
whoever's listening.
Whomever you might be.
Okay.
Bruce Lee said once, ouch. No, he said,
He says nothing now.
sorry. Bruce Lee said, I am not in this world to live up to your expectations, and you are not in this world to live up to mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay? I try to see the best in people. Lizzie, you know I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. I do. I give you the opportunity to do what you're going to do and say what you're going to say, and hopefully you'll do what you're going to
And then Lizzie comes along and goes, this person's going to do this, this, and this.
But they said they were going to do this, Lizzie.
And I go, and then they prove me right.
Basically, I try to let
She does.
people live up to their own hype. Am I lying?
No, it's the truth.
Unfortunately, most people, including the Apollos, the AAF Football League, they're overpromise and underdeliver. And it's really bad business. Now, this applies to relationships, friendships, just about anything relating to people. You all overpromise and then you underdeliver.
We all, I think, kind of do that.
Right? You know what you need to do? You want to know the secret sauce?
Okay, what's the
Underpromise and overdeliver. Lower their expectations and then knock it out of the park.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually not a bad idea.
Oh, thank you. It's Lizzie. She's my co-host. There's love. There's nothing wrong with underpromising, right? It doesn't mean that you are purposely not delivering or being shady. You'll deliver what you agreed, and then, with a few aces up your sleeve, you'll deliver some more. And wow!
That's actually a really good idea.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, seriously.
It will get you good, even better results across the board, period. Okay? Another thing that people struggle with is following through with mundane things that they say they will do. I have a problem with this.
Do you?
Not with showing up at a certain time or showing up all together. Where's Linda today?
She's a rock star.
Yeah. Or maybe with me sending an email by a certain time or calling you back. So bad at that. Don't say you'll do something if you won't do it.
Well, it's not that you don't intend to. It's just you are a very busy person and you get sidetracked.
But if you underpromise, then you can overdeliver it.
But then how do you end a conversation like, okay, I'll call you back in a little while? Like if you're trying to end the conversation, but you know the person wants to keep talking, what are you supposed to say? Go, look,
I gotta go.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
You would be better off actually saying nothing, okay? Instead of agreeing to do something that you know you're not going to do, just say nothing. And then go on and
just sit on the
keep
phone.
doing whatever.
Like,
in this case, yes, you'll get the same powerful effect as the under-promising, over-delivering. You know, you just... See, when you fail to deliver because you've set that expectation that you are actually going to deliver, you are the one screwing up.
oh.
Again... You are the reason that people disappoint you.
Oh.
Okay. It's another way expectation can work against you. Take note.
I am.
I have high standards. You do. Sure. But that has nothing to do with the fact that most people just can't keep their word. And unfortunately, this is what I encounter with people over and over again. It's not true for everyone. It's way more common than it should be.
But do you think that they really mean that, though?
I think a lot of people are BS artists and they're just like, yeah. Linda does it to me all the time. The wife.
Well, I don't think she's a BS artist. I just
No,
think
she's not really an artist at it at all. No, she's just like, yeah, it's more of a, oh, sure, whatever. Okay, yes, I'll do that. Just to shut you up. Exactly.
I'll do that, but then I try to make sure that I get it done, though.
On average,
yes,
I think you should expect people not to follow through, to return a favor, to reciprocate, to be aware of anything that you are aware of, to see things the way you see them. You should not expect that.
And that will lessen your disappointment levels.
Yeah, it will. It'll take that level of disappointment right down. Talk about earlier when we said just cut it off at the pass when you know disappointment is coming. Again, under promise, over deliver. Don't expect too much. You won't get that well let down. If someone says, hey, loan me $5, I'll give it back to you on Tuesday. Don't expect that $5 back on Tuesday. Matter of fact, don't expect to see that person at all on Tuesday. It's like you just paid $5 for that person to go away for a while. I am. Tell me I'm lying. I'm not.
No, true.
I'm not. This is all true stuff. It's all off the Fox cuff, whatever. Anyway, people forget. Okay, they procrastinate. They ignore. They make excuses that they're just trying to get things done. They're not. I'm not trying to be negative or morose. I'm just being realistic, or maybe even factual. In fact, yeah. I mean, I love people. I forgive your faults. I don't judge you for that. That's one of the things people love about me is I really don't judge you.
No, you don't.
I don't. Just do you. But don't lie. Just do you. Don't lie to me. I don't blame you. Do what you want. Like I said, that's life. I will always enjoy your company, regardless of your faults. Actually, I don't know.
Unless you smell, because I can't handle that.
That's not really a fault. That's
a
hygiene. Oh no, that's something I'll address.
I
You stink.
I can't handle people who smell.
I don't like the word fault though, Lizzie,
Okay.
because it implies that there is some version that's better or more perfect. You know, I think maybe a word differences. That's a better word, regardless of our differences. Because when you fault, immediately you thought of somebody who stinks.
Yeah, because I'm like, man, I can't handle that.
I'm just thinking of somebody borrowed $5 from me is not going to give it back, even though they're like, Tuesday, got you. No, you don't. It's okay. Don't lie. Just say, hey, can I have $5? Can I hold 20? At least they're honest about it. There's no implying that they're going to pay me back. All right. Here's a few facts about people that will save you a lot of time in the future from suffering. You just have to understand them, okay? People will not reciprocate a thank you or a gift the way that you think they should. Lizzie, you are awesome about getting kids to do the actual handwritten thank you notes.
Thanks.
Yes. Do you ever think that anyone will ever going to send one back to you like that?
No, I get a couple of them every once in a while, but I mean, I don't expect anybody to do it.
So when you get one,
yeah, I'm like super excited.
See? So if you
I
don't expect too much,
I don't expect anybody to give me that.
then you will be pleasantly surprised.
I am.
Another fact about people, they will not always show appreciation or say thank you the way that you think they should. Yeah. They won't return the favor or pay you back without being reminded.
Okay.
Hey, you remember when I did that thing for you?
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it.
But you see what I'm saying? But you see what I'm saying? You have to start out like that before. Like, oh, no one's just going to offer. Oh, yeah, by the way, since I did loan me the lawnmower, I came over and actually mowed your lawn with it. Great deal. No.
But see, that's where you kind of fall into the, like, my belief system is that you should, from the Bible, you should never do something expecting something back. Mm-hmm. So...
That's
but
good.
I don't think the Apollos thing falls underneath that.
No.
And that disappointment.
The final thing I need you to know about people is that they'll think all those things about you that I just said. That you're not going to send another thank you note or gift the way that you should. That you're not going to show appreciation or say thank you the way they think you should. That you are not going to return the favor. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
All
that kind of disappoints me.
No, just expect others to hurt you. Don't keep it to yourself, Lizzie.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Does it not make sense? It does.
It does.
Are you disappointed? Don't be. We'll be right back. It's Connections on News Radio 93.1 WFLA. Check us out on connectionshow.com. Music and talk 24/7.
You're listening to Connections.
Get ready. I think I hear something. Man, I wish I was deaf.
Sir, do you know why I pulled you over?
Certainly not for operating an illegal pirate radio station.
Hold on, I'm coming. Oh, here we are. All right, welcome back to Connections on News Radio 93.1 WFLA. Melissa Foxx and Lizzie Said What. Hope you're not disappointed in our show about disappointment. I know the last segment I got a little hard on you, and I apologize, but
I was almost in tears.
wake up, snowflakes, okay? Seriously, the reason that people will let you down is you. It's your fault. You are responsible, okay? Again, I love the Bruce Lee quote, I'm not in this world to live up to your expectation. You're not in this world to live up to mine. Do you. Just don't lie. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. That way, you're not going to get disappointed. People aren't going to be disappointed in you. If you lower your expectations, you will be pleasantly surprised. I mean, here's the thing, Lizzie. Your perception causes all kinds of problems in your life, especially when it pertains to other people.
Okay.
You see life in a certain way, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this perception, as well as any biases that you hold, can distort the truth.
Oh, true. That's true, especially with all the stuff government-wise going on here the last couple of years. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You nailed it.
Now, many of us have a bad habit, too, of holding others to ridiculously high standards. Linda's really good at that. She expects so much out of me, and I disappoint her all the time. I told her to embrace her failures. Give me a hug.
Be like, I love you, babe.
Right. Deuces, I'm done. Anyway, so, see, we usually expect people to return favors the way that we expect them to, which is on our schedule.
Oh, yeah, we do. We do. And we're like super busy and we have a huge schedule. So we expect somebody. Okay. I am bad about that. Like I will say I'm going to do something, but I'm super busy. So if it isn't on the top of my list, I'm going to get to it.
Yep. If it's not life pressing,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. See?
I'm sorry.
But so, and in that way, they're expecting you to do something and you kind of, what we were talking about earlier, you are going to be held to that, and you know that's not going to happen. Why bother lying in the first place? Look, I'll try. That's the best I can do. What I used to do is this phrase that said, I'll do what I can. It's all I can do.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. It doesn't really bog me down with anything. A tit for tat on expectation just doesn't work. It skews our vision of the situation. Let me tell you about something about people.
Okay.
Having expectations of them, it's a losing proposition. Consider what an expectation is for a second, okay? What happens when someone fulfills an expectation you had of them?
A good or a bad one?
Either. What happens when they do something that you expected they were going to do?
You're not as disappointed.
Okay, so really nothing happens then.
Yeah.
Not much.
True.
I expected you would do that. You did that.
But see, that's what I'm saying, if it's a good or bad. Because if I'm already expecting them to not do what they say, then I'm not as disappointed. But then, like you said, with the whole thank you, if I expect somebody to do a thank you, then I'm like, and they do it, then I'm like, yeah. So it's like a rock on moment.
Well, yeah. So if you expect something, whether they're going to do something bad, you're like, I knew they were going to do that. Again, there's really not much that happens either. It's just like the prophecy has been fulfilled. Yay. You're not upset with them per se, or maybe you're slightly pleased, or at least displeased, or slightly discontent, or content. Not much of a high, no buzz, because somebody did what they said they were going to do. But what happens when they fail, like you said, if they fail to fulfill an expectation? Oh, all hell breaks loose. Come on now.
Yeah, I'm ready to whoop. I'm ready to whoop some butt.
Lizzie gets angry. We all do. We get hurt, tormented. You say things like, how could they? How could they?
I would never do that.
They just don't care. You know the one. Is that some one-sided crap or what?
You're welcome.
You're setting yourself up to be disappointed. You are. Don't do it. Oh, do it. Please. Seriously. It's hard to never have expectations of others, especially those who are close to you. But know this. The people will hurt you most. The ones that hurt you most in your life will always be the ones who are closest to you.
Oh.
Yeah. So prepare yourself for that. It's an inevitable truth. And you can prepare yourself by giving others a break and dropping the whole expectation game.
Oh, okay.
All right. So if you do something for someone, do it because you want to do it, not because you expect them to return the favor. You're giving a gift or doing a favor for someone, that's a reflection of your character. Mm-hmm. And only that. Yeah. It's not based, nor should it be based on what that person may or may not do for you in the future. So don't connect those things because they're not connected. Expect that other people will hurt you. Plan on it. It'll soften the blow when it does happen. And then, forgive and forget. Can you do it?
Yep. Facebook Live Connection Show. Elaine said, I learned to not expect much. So therefore, I won't be disappointed.
Exactly. There you go. She's learning. All right. And don't keep it to yourself. If you're unhappy about something, try explaining your feelings calmly to that person. You might even turn a crappy situation into a positive one. Or at least y'all can laugh. Or not. But long and the short, change your mindset regarding people and your expectations. Most people in your life will never live up to your expectations. So we need to accept people for who they are, with all their mistakes, their shortcomings, their differences. That was the word, not faults.
Oh.
Life will be better if you're not really living from expectation to expectation. So I had no expectations when I went into this show. I want to tell you that. Linda just joined us for the very last segment of the show. So
Linda Nunez.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just get her on the camera. There she is. What? So good to see that you showed up. Thank you. Appreciate that.
So do you have any disappointing things that have happened that you're just like, I can't get over it, Linda Nunez?
No, I've gotten over all of my disappointments. But I do remember one time in
band camp.
Band camp.
Why did I know?
It was in high school, so it was a long time ago. Okay. Could have been band camp. I tried out for this ensemble at school in high school. Okay, I think I was a sophomore, and I just knew I was going to make it because I'm me. And I went in there, and I did my audition, and boy, I wasn't picked. And I was so shocked that I wasn't picked.
Okay.
It really, I was sorely disappointed because that meant you're not in the group for that entire year, and you had to wait the whole next year to try out again.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Really?
So
That does stink.
I was so disappointed that I proceeded to sulk and cry around the house for like a week, and finally my mom said,
"Suck it up.
That's enough."
See?
Yeah.
You have got to move on. You didn't make it. Go get yourself better, figure out what it was, or find another goal, but stop it.
Knock it off. I love it. Face your disappointment. Acknowledge it, right? Change what you can and accept it and move on. Yeah. Hey, if you guys ever have a topic for a show that you would like us to embrace, remember, it is relationship radio. Sometimes we dive up the deep end and talk about other stuff that doesn't necessarily concern relationship. But if you have things that are on your mind, you can always share it with us. Just hit us up on the Facebook page at Connection Show. Or don't forget also, I just tweaked the system today, so there's a whole bunch of really good music and, of course, Connection Show. Just go to ConnectionShow.com. We broadcast 24/7, all kinds of very eclectic music, stuff you may not have heard in a while. And just surely...
we have so much fun when we listen to it. We come in here and we sing at the top of our lungs.
We should probably
it's
broadcast
songs
that
you haven't
someday.
heard and you forgot about.
Yeah.
Yes.
You might lose a little respect for me if you say that. Just kidding. So don't be disappointed. Just lower your expectation. If you can take that away, if nothing else, okay, right? Under promise, over deliver, okay? All right?
Very sound advice.
Lower your expectations when it comes to everything. Then you will be pleasantly surprised. Linda, thank you so much for joining us the last
Sorry
minute.
I couldn't make it sooner, but thanks for having me late notice.
I was very disappointed, Linda Nunez.
Oh, get over it. Suck it up, chickie. That's Lizzie. Lizzie said what? Hashtag her on Twitter. I am Melissa Fox. Thank you for listening to Connection Show on News Radio 93.1 WFLA. We'll catch you later. Love ya. Mean it.
Laughing time is over.
There you have it, boys. Case closed.
You've been listening to Connections. Find tonight's show and replays of our past shows on ConnectionsShow.com.